Hello everyone, I welcome you all to today's topic Decodified session. Today we are going to talk about the newly nominated members of Rajya Sabha in the following sequence. First of all, we shall be discovering what is the news. Thereafter, we shall know about Rajya Sabha, and then we shall be trying to get familiar with the newly nominated members of Rajya Sabha, followed by mains and prelims based practice questions for you, right? But before that, I want you all to be aware about the Mains Age 2022 program, wherein you can get help for polity, essay, public administration and ethics to improve your score in the upcoming mains examination. Do check out the details over here and apply soon for the early bird discount. Getting back to the topic, what is the news? So on Wednesday, the Centre has announced its nomination of former track and field athlete PT Usha, legendary film composer Ilaiyaraaja, screenwriter and film director Vijayprasad, and philanthropist Virendra Hegeday to the August House of Rajya Sabha. Right? So now it becomes important for us to know about Rajya Sabha. So Rajya Sabha is one of the houses of Indian Parliament. Indian Parliament consists of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the President of India. Rajya Sabha, also known as the Council of State, is the second house of the Indian Parliament, or second chamber rather of Indian Parliament, right? As the second chamber of the Parliament, Rajya Sabha intends to play a certain role as permanent house. Why permanent house? Because Rajya Sabha never dissolves. Unlike Lok Sabha, which dissolves and every 5 years, fresh general elections are conducted and thereafter a new Lok Sabha is constituted every 5 years. Fine. What happens in Rajya Sabha rather is 1/3 of its members retire every 2 years. Alright. So another role, a very crucial role that Rajya Sabha plays is that of a revisionary house, that is for reconsideration of bills that have already been passed by Lok Sabha. It also offers a degree of continuity in the underlying policies of laws passed by the Parliament, because laws as a whole are passed by the Parliament itself, and the Parliament we know consists of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the President. So even if the Lok Sabha gets dissolved every 5 years, the sense of continuity still remains, because A, Rajya Sabha is a permanent house and B, it is not going to dissolve, right? Along with this, Rajya Sabha also acts as a means to institutionalize the federal principles of power sharing between center and state. Why federal principle? Because the elected members of Rajya Sabha actually are indirectly elected by the MLAs who are directly elected by the people of the state. Those MLAs elect representatives for Rajya Sabha from that particular state or union territory, right? So as of 2021, Rajya Sabha has maximum membership of 245, of which 233 are elected by the legislatures of the states and union territories. Now, which union territories have their members in Rajya Sabha? They are Delhi and Puducherry. Fine. Now these members are elected using single transferable votes through open ballots, while President can appoint 12 members for their contribution to the art, literature, science and social services. Now, does the President upon his own discretion appoints or nominates these members? No. These members are actually appointed or nominated by the President on the advice of the Council of Ministers. That's why when we looked at the news, we read on Wednesday, Centre announced its nominations, right? So that is the case. The potential seating capacity of current Rajya Sabha chamber is 250. However, the membership right now maximum is 245, right? So if the membership is increased to the maximum potential of the chamber, these 250 will be divided in this manner. 238 would be elected and 12 appointed, right? The catch here is that 12 members are going to be appointed, or nominated rather to the Rajya Sabha. The president is always going to appoint 12 members. This is in concurrence with Article 80 of the Indian Constitution, right? Rajya Sabha members sit for staggered terms that last for 6 years, with about a third of 233 designates up for elections every 2 years in even numbered years. That is, elections were conducted in 2020, 2022, 2024 they will be conducted in, and so on. Like this it goes on in the years with even numbers, right? So Rajya Sabha meets in continuous sessions, and unlike the Lok Sabha, being the lower house of the parliament, the Rajya Sabha is not subjected to dissolution. So Rajya Sabha does not dissolve, but time and again, I am once again repeating it. Fine. However, the Rajya Sabha, like Lok Sabha, can be prorogued by the president. That is, a particular session can be prorogued, and thereafter the Rajya Sabha shall be meeting again when another session of parliament is summoned by the president, right? So this can happen, but not the dissolution. Now let us understand the procedure of elections to the Rajya Sabha. The representatives of the state and union territories in the Rajya Sabha are elected by the method of indirect elections. Now, what are the union territories over here? Let me repeat once again: Delhi and Puducherry. The representatives of each state and two union territories are Delhi and Puducherry. Time and again, I am repeating the same thing, are elected by the elected members of the Legislative Assembly of the state and by the members of Electoral College for that union territory, as the case may be, in accordance with the system of proportional representation by means of single transferable vote. Now, what is Electoral College over here? It's the same MLAs who are directly elected by the people. Those MLAs form an electoral college for the election of Rajya Sabha MPs. Fine. Now let's get familiar with the newly nominated members to the Rajya Sabha. First one is PT Usha. She is an Indian athlete from Kerala, and her full name is Pilavulakandi Thekkeparambil Usha. Fine. She was one of the greatest athletes of India and hence is affectionately called the Queen of Indian Track and Field. And the next member who's been nominated is Virendra Hegeday. He was born on November 25, 1948, and since he was merely 20, since the tender age of 20, he has been serving as the Dharmadhikari of the Dharamsthal temple in Karnataka and has been a devoted philanthropist for more than 5 decades. That is, more than 50 years now, he's been serving for various social causes, right? Another member who's been nominated is KV Vijayprasad, whose full name is Kuduri Venkata Vijayprasad. He is an Indian film screenwriter and director known for his work in Telugu cinema and Bollywood. In 2011, he directed Rajanna, which won the Nandi Award for Best Feature Film. This was about KV Vijayprasad. Next up is R. Ganathesikan. He is also known as Ilaiyaraaja. He is an Indian film composer, conductor, arranger, singer, and lyricist who works in the Indian film industry, specifically or predominantly in Tamil cinema, in addition to Telugu cinema. Fine. So these were the 4 nominated members. I hope you are able to establish some familiarity with them right now. Now let's look at the prelims practice question for today. What is the term of a member of Rajya Sabha? Right. So your options are A, 6 years, B, 3 years, C, 5 years, and D, 2 years. You have to write the correct option in the comment box below. And the main practice question for today is, what role does Rajya Sabha play in various parliamentary proceedings? You have to answer this particular question in 250 words and do send in your answers to us on the WhatsApp to get it reviewed. This is it for today. I shall see you again tomorrow. Till then, take care and stay tuned.